All right, guys. Today we're going to be commenting over another Fresh and Fit podcast. Let's get right into it.
That sounds great on paper, but the reality is you're not going to. There's plenty of guys that love and respect you. Those guys go in the friend zone. Women typically.
Do they? She has a short man that doesn't make a high income that she loves.
Yeah, but most women don't want that.
But that's the type of
But
women you
everyone has
attract
their own
because that's the type
type.
of women you're around.
Yeah, but I think that at the end of the day, like people do
Yeah.
get married, like, and not all of us are married to the top 10% of men.
But
That's like statistically impossible.
we're
It
saying
is.
So then it doesn't even
but all
matter
those
how to
women,
keep those men because there's not enough of them to go around.
Yeah, and that's exactly the point.
So it doesn't matter because like why would we aim for people that aren't even available?
Because a
to
lot
us?
of women still want guys at the top level, and they think that they can attract and retain them.
And I'm sure that
But
they
they're-
do attain
but they're
them
not.
and
But
keep
they're not
them.
doing what's required to get those guys, and most importantly, retain them. Is my argument.
About 90% of women only want 10% of men.
There's
But I
more
thought
single
what
women
if-
now than ever before.
Somebody keeps
That is
them. I
true.
think a lot of women do keep them. They're
No,
not
they
like
settle.
not having sex. They're not like not.
No, they keep them, but they don't mention any of the traits you guys just mentioned. Is my
Well,
point.
maybe we're not looking for that.
The question was not what you're looking for. The question was, what would you advise your daughter to keep a high value man around? It wasn't what you want. It was, what do you think you need to do to keep one of these guys around? And even though the question was very straightforward, no one answered it. They all went with self-preservation questions to themselves.
Well, yeah, because it's kind of like irrelevant if we're not looking for high value men
Okay.
according to your
Go ahead.
definition. It's doesn't
it's a
matter.
hypothetical question, but go ahead.
I will extend on my answer. Speak their love language as they speak your love language.
Oh, God.
That's how you're gonna keep them.
This is scary, bro.
Shortcut. Shortcut.
This proves my point, man. Yo, real talk, guys.
Yo, the West is doing.
yo.
I would hope that, like,
Yo.
on some level, women know what the men that they actually want. But what we've come to realize, interviewing with 1,500 women, that women don't know what men really want.
At all. Go ahead. You want something?
I
kinda
know
crazy.
what my man wants. I mean, it all depends.
Okay, no. Listen, no.
All
But here's the
right, look,
problem. She keeps.
I've been with him for 4 years, so yes.
Okay.
You
And
figured
he's
it
very
out.
happy.
But most women don't figure it out.
Okay.
But
so-
you- you did.
wait,
Not only that, she's attributing everything we're saying back to herself. Ladies, we're speaking in general.
Yeah.
We're not speaking about you. We're not speaking about your
Women always have a hard time speaking in general. They always have to bring it back to their self or an anecdotal experience.
relationship.
Okay, so
The reality is,
but everybody's different.
most women don't want a man that's short. Most women don't want a guy that doesn't make that much money. Most women want to have children. Most women want to have a family. So congratulations, you're an exception to the rule. Most women don't want what you want.
I guess.
Raise your hand if you're married.
Like, this is the truth.
All right, then.
Like, most women want
Thank
a
you.
relationship. Most women want to get married, and most women want to have children at some point. And most women want to be with a guy that's taller than them, makes more money than them, more ambitious than them, more confident than them. We've interviewed well over 1,500 girls, and typically it's the same archetype of man. You're an exception, fantastic. But what you want does not necessarily reflect what most women want. Congrats, you're special.
Okay,
ahead.
question. So what do men want? Since you guys seem to know, tell us.
Well, yeah, I mean, the scary part is that, see, this is, and I'll answer it. I'll answer that here in a second. But this is what I mean. You guys think I'm kidding around when I say women get the privilege of not knowing what men want, but men have to know what women want if we want to deal with the opposite gender. This is a perfect example of that. With men, to attract women, you must know what the hell they want. Not only do you have to know what they want, you have to know how they think, you have to know how they move, etc. Because you need to be able to learn how to be charming, how to be attractive, all these things
How to be social.
get the opposite gender. Women, however, though, have the privilege of being able to say a bunch of things that are incorrect, no offense, as to what it takes to keep a guy, and they still get male attention. And it just it's crazy to me. So,
For sex.
huh?
We get more attention for sex. So we don't really care about that.
But here's the thing, though. You still get the male attention in the first place, is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to understand the opposite gender to deal with the opposite gender, like to get them to be attracted to you. We do, though.
We do have to understand you guys in order to be in a relationship. But since you're
Agreed.
only thinking about
Agreed.
sex, of course, we don't need to know. All we got to do is look good for sex. Now, when it comes to relationship, we need to understand what you guys want.
And my argument is that a
Yes.
lot of you guys gave incorrect things on how to understand a man. That's my point.
What's wild about most of these is if you look, like on this panel, for example, the best looking woman is a 6 out of 10, and they all think in their head that they are 10 out of 10, drop dead gorgeous, and they deserve top tier men when realistically they don't.
A lot of it was get your own money, be independent. You said get your own money, get a house. That doesn't help the guy at all. You were saying, I think, make value for yourself.
What if I'm giving him some?
Huh?
Men is not depend on.
And then you said don't depend on them, be on your own. Basically, all you guys gave advice that would benefit you, but not necessarily the man. And my argument is,
But you have to work on yourself in order to.
well, if the guy's attractive and can get other girls, why is he going to sit there and be like, oh, this girl only cares about herself? Fuck this shit. I'm going to go get another girl. Especially when beauty's common. That's what I'm trying to say. So to keep a guy, ladies, you got to be submissive. You got to follow his rules. You got to, not be a hoe. See, look at you laughing. I'm telling you what men want. But see,
That's what you want.
Morality. I think that's
what you want.
Okay.
You shouldn't want to be.
They won't even let me finish.
Okay,
this is crazy. This is
Okay,
crazy.
finish.
So someone asked a question. What?
I love when women say, "Oh no, that's what you want." No, if women could go around and ask however many thousands of men they want and get the truth from these men, you would see 95% of men think this way.
Do men want? He's answering the question.
Go
But
ahead.
yet, no, but yet still, y'all are laughing, making mockery, and it's like he's telling you what majority of men will definitely want. They won't tell it to your face because they lie to you. Say, "Oh,
This
you
is
know
the scary
what?
part.
You're good by yourself, girl. You're independent. I love that." They're lying to you. Here's what men really want. Go ahead.
Don't be a hoe. Don't be loud. Don't be obnoxious. Don't embarrass him. Be submissive. Cook for him. Give him sex. Keep the place clean. Be a dutiful girlfriend. That will lead to you being a good mom. Okay? Very simple shit, man. Follow his lead. Don't give him a headache.
Wifey 101.
But the thing is that, see,
in Colombia, women understand this. They're feminine, they praise their man, and the man takes care of them fully. Over here, it's like, I'm independent. I don't need no man. But you know what? I want a man. Wait a minute. He doesn't want this, but I'm independent. I'm a boss, babe. It don't match up.
Okay.
We're just saying, look, if you want a man of standard, man of value, a traditional man, guess what? He wants a traditional woman. Women today are like kind of like independent, so they don't need a man.
Yeah.
let me ask you ladies a question. If we're walking down the street and you see an old lady with some grocery bags and she's struggling, what are you going to do?
Help her.
Help her.
You're going to help her carry her bags? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Why are you helping her carry her bags?
She's older. Yeah.
Okay.
If she's struggling, if I see anybody struggling, I would help them.
Okay.
If I can.
So, pretty universal, all of you guys would help the old lady with the bags? Okay, cool.
It's funny, they claim they would help, but I assure you, none of the women at this table would stop and help an old woman get her groceries across. They're too narcissistic.
Let's say you see an able-bodied man walking and he's carrying the bags and he's doing okay. Would you help him?
If he's not struggling, no.
Okay. Why wouldn't you help him?
Because he's not struggling.
Because there's a difference between somebody struggling and somebody not struggling.
Okay. Because I guess he doesn't need the help.
He's
If
not
somebody's
struggling.
if he was struggling,
No, he's not
I would
struggling.
help
He's
him.
fine.
Yeah, he's not struggling.
So he's not. So he's strong and independent, right?
Yeah,
He doesn't
like,
need it.
Yeah, if I was
Oh,
carrying
hold on. Stop. So why do you expect a man to kind of come in and be a traditional man and help you when you're strong and independent?
But
You
you're
don't need it.
assuming that nobody said that they want that.
You literally said value yourself first, which typically is going to mean, like, let's be honest, working on yourself, having money, being independent. A lot of you guys gave things that dealt with financial accolades and being self-sufficient. So if you're self-sufficient, why do you expect the man to kind of come in and help you?
But I don't expect
I
that
don't expect
from
to be helped from my boyfriend.
Bruh, you literally said have a house, have money.
I don't expect the man
But
to
I don't
provide that
expect
for me.
from him. I expect it from myself.
Yeah, I don't expect the man to provide that for me.
And yeah, we make money together. We work together.
Chat, do you guys see what's going on here, bro? This is crazy.
Look, but not everything's gonna work for everybody. You're giving advice like if everybody has the same mindset. That's
No,
what works for you.
We're saying, generally speaking, the foundation of most relationships starts with a man and a woman. The man provides, he's traditional, so to speak, and a woman.
The last person I'm taking advice from is a woman wearing pretty much a bra and then sleeves that start at the elbow and go down to the wrist. You don't even know how to wear a freaking shirt, man. People cannot take advice from women because they are not logical. They don't make sense. She said, oh, not everybody, obviously not everybody, but 90% of people, this is how they think and how they act.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Huh?
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
What the hell
you
does that
have
have
a
to do with
girlfriend?
anything? What does that have to do with anything? I'm telling you. I'm simply telling you.
Have you had a girlfriend?
The reason
before?
why.
For how
don't-
long?
See,
No, we're not going to divert the argument. It's very simple. Stop, Fresh. Stop. It's very, very, very simple. You would not help the able-bodied man because he was independent and capable. So why is a guy going to come into your life and help you and be the breadwinner and be that champion of your life when you already have shit together? What independent women don't get is that you're independent. Fantastic. Independent of what? independent of men. That's what women say. That's what they mean when they say, I'm strong and independent. They mean they're strong and independent of men. You see men walking around saying, I'm strong and independent. No, that would sound stupid. Matter of fact, we'd probably make fun of him and say he was gay because he's inferring that he's independent of women. But women run around and say that they're independent all the time.
Yeah, because very recently we were given the right to vote, to get a career, to get an education, to get
Fantastic.
divorced, to own property. So that's why we claim independence, and that's why.
This is such a ridiculous thing that women always say, oh, just recently we got the right to do this. No, you have had these rights ever since you were born. So quit using that excuse. That is so ridiculous. And women got the right to vote very shortly after men did. This is ridiculous when they claim all these things. They don't even know what they're talking about. Women just have life on easy mode, and they want to be a victim so bad. It's unbearable, man.
Rejoice in it.
But independence of
it's
what?
fairly new.
Independence of what, though?
Of men literally like trading us for cattle.
Okay, so fantastic. So independent of men, so therefore the men are no longer going to, okay, we're not needed. Cool.
But don't you think it's cooler when you're both making money?
Yeah, I think a partnership
And
is
you're
definitely
both investing
doable.
things. Like, that's literally what I do, and
Men,
it's fun, and
here's
we're
the thing.
happy.
Here's the thing. Men honestly really don't care about a woman's ability to create wealth and money. They typically don't.
Yeah, they don't. And then they get married, and then what if they get divorced? And what do women do?
That's wild.
In the world we
See,
live in,
you guys can't fathom it because I'm telling you how men think. For you guys, a man's ability to earn money is extremely important. So it's a component to attraction. For us, it's not that important. It's not like we sit there and be like, man, she makes $100,000 a year. I'm attracted to that. No. Or man, she's really ambitious. She's a go-getter. Yeah, I'm attracted to that. It's like, that's cool if she has it, but it's not a deal breaker if she's not ambitious. But for a man, it's extremely important that he's ambitious. We're not attracted to the same things. And it's crazy to me that I have to explain this to women over and over again that attraction is not symmetrical. It's asymmetrical, which means we're attracted to different things. Men are attracted to feminine women. Women are attracted to masculine men. Women like ambition and confidence because it's masculine traits. Men like submissive, docile women because it's feminine traits. We're not the same. So you having value for yourself, being independent, buying a house or having these things in place, that's great for you, but it doesn't help the man. What if I told you, for you, since you like to say...
but I'm not submissive
Say
or
the
any
man
of those
doesn't have
things,
a
and
house,
my
and
man
you got
loves
a house.
me.
How does that not help the man?
What was that?
Say you have a house, right? And the man, say you have a house and the man doesn't have a house. How is that like not being able to help the man if you have a house?
There is no woman on earth who owns her own home that is going to mess with a man who does not have his own house. So what she's even asking right here is ridiculous.
And he doesn't.
Because the reality is most women, if they have a house and a guy doesn't have a house, they're not going to take that guy seriously.
Yeah.
Let's keep it 1,000. And then back to you. You said, well, you're not submissive and your guy's still with you. Well, your guy, quite frankly, isn't a higher status guy. Sorry. He's short and he has less. He doesn't make that much money.
He's
Okay.
happier than you.
That's what does that have to, what?
Man, that's more important than anything else. Happiness.
Well, how do you know that I'm not happy?
It's very obvious.
You're assuming that.
No, you're assuming other things too from us.
No. I know. You said I'm not
look at myself
submissive.
and I look at you can even
So
look at,
she's
look at
triggered.
me.
She's
Come
triggered.
on.
You said, yeah, I'm not submissive. I have a man. Well, you said it earlier. Your guy doesn't make that much money and he's short.
You're short.
So by definition, he's not an attractive man to a majority of women.
Doesn't matter. We're happy. We're having fun.
That's
we're
cool.
living life. We're
That's
traveling.
cool.
Who cares
That's cool.
about?
That's great for you.
Who cares about that?
That's great for you. But the problem is that
So
you're
you want to
taking...
be attractive to all women, not just one that you fall in love
No.
with. You want to generalize everything, and you want to be that person for a lot of girls. Because literally, the type of woman that you attracting because you are making yourself into that man.
Okay. You know that a majority of women want tall guys that have money, right? To have their shit together, correct?
I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't talk to all women.
Okay.
If the women that you see on TikTok complaining because you attract that, your algorithm is that. So you are gonna be around women that want that.
All right. Well, clearly.
All my friends, I don't know who you hang around with, but my friends are not that.
Okay.
Here we go again, a woman using just anecdotal. I mean, she's so low IQ, she doesn't even realize how ridiculous she sounds. Imagine talking to a woman who says, no. Women don't want a tall man. They want a broke guy. They want a guy that lives at home with his parents. They want a virgin. These are things that women do not want. But yet every time on this show, they say they want these things because whenever, actual female desires are put out in the world, and they say what they are, they make themselves sound horrible, because what women really want is pretty shallow, and they just don't want to admit it because they always want to say that men are shallow. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Y'all have a good one.